All right, guys. Great profits today. Amazing profits today. So let's talk about it. And let's talk about how atypical today was. We had momentum indicators kind of rolling over early with a low R vol pretty early on. We actually had a pretty sturdy top signal come in around 950, which has a high probability of being correct. If you take in the course, it's 80%. Likelihood the top is in. So on a normal day, you would have seen a rollover, a retracement here. Instead, we got what shaping up to be a gamma squeeze that could continue for another day, quite honestly, on the market. And we just got a full melt up environment. Came into the day with some pain on positions like BABA, where we got a vicious gap down. Most things gap down this morning. Baba played hard to get, but when it retested and held the pre-market low, we didn't get that follow through in the breakdown. I added to this position, got a full recovery there. Still have a runner that's up 73%, so that was a really nice recovery. There's two positions I think I should have made a lot more money on though. That was Oracle, and then the Microsoft calls I bought this morning. I really liked the give and go that we got off the open for Microsoft. You kind of have this like evening star formation that came back to the bullish EMA on the 15 minute and then accelerated. So I actually went and bought down here with a tight stop to see if we'd get that confirmation. And then I sold here. We got that top signal, potential top signal on the SPY. And this thing continued to melt up all day. I sold Oracle similar. These were calls that we had from last week. I took these. I already had these rather, and I sold these into the pump. Again, being a little bit cautious and following our signals for that one. And then we got this stagnation where this thing was just trading sideways all day and the market wasn't giving. It just was not giving. So I actually rolled this position here. Set up some Irene as well. When I did that, Irene ended up going back to the bullish EMA, squeezed into the close. We had two different contracts there, mostly because of how good the longer time frames look like on Irene. Cloud is breaking out. We even had, I want to say, we had a massive recovery even from snow, and a lot of these software names last week weren't catching bids at all. It was something we wrote about on the weekly report, right? But today they woke up with Irene and Oracle being the leaders. So on the daily here, like this looks just like it's the beginning of the move. I really want to see how this thing reacts when it gets to 45, and we'll see from there, especially with the market so squeezy. And that's the difficulty with these B waves. We wrote on the weekly report that plunge last night looked like it was trying to set the top of the B wave, and today just all bets were off and a massive squeeze. I think as people also thought it might have been the top of the B wave, and shorts tried to pile in early on, looking for us to fail the gap fill, and they just squeezed it higher. So. Just honestly, a crazy day. I don't want to understate what a crazy day it really was. But yeah, I should have held Oracle a little bit better and Microsoft a little bit better. Even just the way that the relative volume held up all day. I could have came back and rolled in this one, but I only just stuck with Oracle just because I really liked how clean the Oracle setup was. Anytime you're getting like, let's zoom out on this one just so it's a better picture here. We'll go to the 65 minute. Anytime you're breaking through multiple key levels, so we broke over this previous high. This is a major key level, right? It became a point of support, and then it became a point of resistance. We blew through it. Then we blow through this next key level that we have set here, right? Huge key level right here. Blew through that one, and then we did some sideways consolidation around 150 that we could see on the 15 minute here. Around 150. Then you just consolidate sideways. You don't even back test. That's insane strength. So I rolled that one in. We got like 40% off the open, and then another 70% later in the day from those. So that was really clean price action. Coming out of the blue was an old TSSI position as well, making a full recovery through the breakout. You know, this thing's failed a breakdown, and we held it just because I'm holding this because I think it's a great buyout candidate. So I wanted to really stick with it. If it had retraced even more, I probably would have added. But then now we're getting the breakout, the follow through the triangle looking absolutely gorgeous. Those from down 50% to up 21%, still holding these as well. Then we had I guess the one position that was a little dusty, and I took some off, but I'm really interested to keep an eye on this one, especially as Baba's moving so well, is NIO. I still think this has a really good look to it. I like the rounded bottom. I want to see if we could break this previous high over $8. But I did peel off some of that one just for some minor wins as well. But really good day, guys. I mean, just a really good day. I'm a little I don't really like the way silver was acting here. But it did find some buyers, but it did not clear the gap. So the lagging there kind of puts that stagflation thesis kind of to the side. But I still have some long dated swings for June on that one that almost did a full recovery today. But yeah, other than that, I mean, insane squeeze, caught the full move with some names. Really incredible move out of Baba. I'm interested to see what that one does. I might roll that one tomorrow if we get a solid continuation. You know, especially for Chinese names, for it to swallow up that weakness into those headlines and stuff. It's just really incredible. It's also it's a tougher name to trade. So I like the way it's behaving, man. I like it. What can we say? You know, big wins today. The only other trade I think I did not mention is I was pretty quick to get out of Tesla today, as it was like one of the first names to like squeeze through this pre-market setup. So I was pretty quick to cut those lottos that we had, and I have we have two lotto positions. We have the 330s and the 300s. I left the 300s on just because it is so small. And just in case this market did want to puke. And I mean, even on a day like today, like I might hop back in those 330s just because of the relative weakness from this name on a day where we squeezed completely to the upside. I think SNTK needs to be on watch here. It's probably close to setting a top. It has massive outperformance from MU. MU is the better company. So keep note of that. It's partly because it's being added to the NASDAQ. So, you know, there's a lot of mechanical flows that go into that as everyone chases that addition. But, you know, when it gets listed, that could become a Southern News event. So that could be a really like a quick play to go for in the future. But, yep, that's all I got. Great day. I mean, a great start to the week as far as option performance goes. Futures a little bit tougher, especially since the market was so slow and R-vol was pretty low. I mean, squeezes like this when you have low R-vol. Let me slam this on one more time. When you have low R-vol like this, and you get a top signal and it fails, you know, that's where I rolled positions and I walked away until the close. And just let the mechanical gamma squeeze play out. Just let it get squeezed. Took my profits since the close. You know, it's an atypical event, but it is one of those times where you just let them get squeezed, and just don't get in front of it. All right. So turned into a great day. Good lessons here. Good lessons here. It's a more rare event, but it's good that we were able to recognize that, even if it was a little bit later in the morning before the picture became clear. So hope you all had a great day as well. God bless. See you tomorrow.